Good evening, everybody. I'm the Sith Trader, and welcome again to another Globex or ForceSweep. Got a big old sell-off here into the end of the day, coming out of that nicey session. Be cautious here. These moves off of all-time highs are getting a little treacherous. We got some positive CVD to start the day session. I mean, it's nothing to really write home about. We're going to let this develop. And some, but not rid of a gear here. We need to be cautious. Let this market develop. The 10-minute opening range is getting set up. And remember, trading features involves risk, but it's not suitable for everybody. And everything I talk about here today is just my own opinion and not a direct trade recommendation. I need to get logged into my trading platforms. What am I even doing? While we're waiting, okay, so I had a Bitcoin short that went to target. This PWAP down to its, whatever this is called, this third standard deviation, right down to that 64,800. It's not bouncing, so effectively, I'm looking for the market to come back up into down the anchored VWAP from this prior high, somewhere around this, basically 66 figure. Now risk, 4-1, but the target here down is down to 64,100, 64,000 area. Still negative CD. Shorts of trailing control still there on Bitcoin. And check out breakout prop. If you are looking to trade crypto, I love it. I've been crushing it over there with my 200K Pro. You can get into accounts for like as little as $20. Those $5,000 accounts are a great way to get started, to test stuff off. All right, so tonight, oh, no way, Saber, that's crazy. Yeah, and that's where I started with breakout back then, because I was afraid with hyperliquid and took it on the chin, and I was like, F that. There's a better way to do this. The rest was history. Always on top. Oof, probably log into my Lucid accounts here. Let's roll away. I got my account set in, my replicator turned on. We're seeing a little bit of a break below the VWAP here. Still gotta figure out how to make Ninja not care about studies when it's freaking hate this. Like, ignore studies. No. That's not what I want. Whatever. Really annoying. Okay, so we have a pretty good little opening range setting up here. Mixed CVD, we've been on both sides of it there, as if we've been on both sides of the VWAP at this point, setting up a nice little opening range that's, 60 points wide. Definitely kind of thinking to myself, I don't know, this is so crazy of me, but I'm wanting to go long on a breakback little the VWAP here, although it's way too soon to do something like that. Let's take a look at the volume participation so far in the session. We got 1 more minute to go here. Now, people over there use my code, appreciate it, y'all. My affiliate sales have never been that much. I mean, compared to my trading at least, right? Just keeps me, man, this is so tempting. All right, I'm taking a stab. That was a really late entry. Wow, that was a terrible entry. This is like a force push type setup, guys. I have to explain it here a little bit, but it's not really working out for me so far. We have to prime here to push down in the VWAP. Oh no. It's got to hold here. I should have waited for entry right now. But you had basically a good volume push up to start the day. Then some good volume down and some trap sellers down here in the very short term that have pushed back over the VWAP. You hold the VWAP here, and I believe we'll go push through the highs of the day, set a ForceSweep on when we'll have to take that as well. Kind of, I don't want to say break through our rules, but we learned something different here that it's not the nicest session, you know. They're going to come down to get me. We'll probably trail my stop up to a low here at 61.25 if it... No, too late. They'll follow the Sith Trader on this one. Not out yet, but I'd be shocked if they don't take me out. Yes, I only trade BTC. In fact, I was needed to pay attention to that because I'm looking for a fill over there. I'm going to start off -1R today. That's a bummer for me. Not out yet, but feeling like they're going to get me at 56.25. That was a terrible fill. I wanted to buy the 68 to break out, and then I re-got free. So right, we'll see what happens here. Looks like they're going to be breaking down. They're holding that trend line off the highs. That was a mistake on my part. I don't, genuinely looking back on that, don't know why I did that. Worse than something here. Heads up, we're coming down into lows of the day. Yeah, I agreed, SoCal Nico. I mean, and the fact that I just got stopped all along. We got negative CVD right now. We're building the books to the downside. If it gets that flush out to the downside, and then we'll move back up. We'll see. In the meantime, didn't get up there to my entry for Bitcoin. That's fine. Again, I'm a seller at 66 up there. Stopped above 66. I don't know, 70 or 80. Or 66,700. And then telling me 64,100, which is the standard, the S3 deviation. Gonna have to go cook some burgers here shortly. The other volumes participating down here. We're getting acceptance or absorption. Or maybe some trap sellers down here. Yeah, 246. I wouldn't be surprised if we go all the way back up. We'll go up again. They hunted me out on that. That's unfortunate. Damn, here they go. That's all right. Well, I'll get it back. I always do. I use VWAP order flow. There's a whole list of indicators. I use a lot of the same stuff you see me use here for the NASDAQ, applied as slightly different way to crypto, but generally the same idea. look at the, so we're looking for the market to come potentially back up a little bit VWAP right now because we've got some trap sellers down here. You can see the point of control on this this volume foot per candle right around that 30,442. A lot of sellers got trapped down there, and now you see the bid come in and start to kind of squeeze up against them. You have some trapped buyers, actually me. I was the trapped buyer up here as well. So you got two liquidity targets to take out here, either flush to the downside, and then we possibly start, you know, a bit of that downward trend, you know, that we would be looking for otherwise a, you know, the ForceSweep lower. Because we want this 10-minute opening range to break one way or the other. Well, I will tell you what. This trend line, if it goes, I'm going to be getting long. If the other caveat here is that I know this is breaking the force sweep kind of ideology. The other caveat is seeing another round of trap sellers right down here again. So we're building up another almost 200 contracts trading. Again, 40 control around 30,443 again. So they're either going to take over selling here and break down that 10-minute opening range, to which we'll get a setup against the VWAP, or they're going to get trapped down here, not really making progress lower, and we're going to come back up. This time breaking above this trend line and be open probably on highs. And that's going to be my force push setup that I'm going to use to try to get my day back. But if we break that 10-minute opening range, we start making progress lower like they look like they're about to do. Again, I want to see, in this instance, CVD continue to push lower. It's a very weak push and a very weak break right now of the... Okay. Pick that back. Looks like we're going to be getting that break of the 10-minute opening range lower right now. Let's see if it holds down here. I don't know why some of my indicators decide they need to move. But this is not a hugely convincing break, but it is technically a break of that VWAP. So now this trend line and the VWAP will very likely are resistance. This trend line lower, though, is just really bothering me to where the VWAP is. Bitcoin now, if it gets another, it should. Usually doesn't go right away, so probably get another push up into that resistance of 6,600. But I've taken so much out of that market the last couple of days, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. It is even. So there's a close below. You know, I want a little bit, I almost want a little bit of a push lower just to give me a little more conviction of this. But for all intents and purposes so far, we have our 10-minute opening ranges set up. We have our break below that opening range. You have negative CVD building with the progress lower. So you've got shorts seemingly in control for the time being. And we've got a nice little 152 tick potential setup there. The sell into the VWAP here of the, you know, I'm going to be working my order 58.50 now. So the way this setup works, if you are just joining us, all right, so the way this setup, again, a ForceSweep setup works here is we have a 10-minute opening range and excuse me, 10-minute opening range that I have set up. Oh, what am I doing over here? There we go. Should be always on top, no? Okay. Now it is. Everything pretty for us here for a moment. There we go. We'll do low of the day here, so we just kind of adjust. Versus the VWAP comes down, and we get that new low. We adjust the trade accordingly. Hopefully tonight is not a difficult night for the ForceSweep. We've had some annoying ones recently that have still worked out, but we've also had some very clean ones. Alright, so 10-minute opening range rates lower. The VWAP, Globex session VWAP, which is anchored at the start of the day, becomes the entry point. It's just a reversion to the mean. I use CVD to help confirm order flow in the short term to make sure, right, we are seeing the sellers come in and try to take it. Yeah, and no, so it always happens with systems, and there's never 100% variance, right? You always got some risk of loss. What I'll say to that, though, is that there's ways of playing good defense that can pretty much minimize or keep that loss from kind of happening. I don't disagree, right? We've been on a bit of heater. Usually, it doesn't last forever, and you're gonna take a bad trade every once in a while. I did early tonight, but completely recoverable. Should you just sold it? Jeez. Helmet on out here. It's like I gotta adjust this VWAP down to 54. Well, see it about 56. Interesting, this one on my... Let's also look at this. Let's see what the naked VWAP off the highs is. Okay, it's coming in at like 48. Well, geez, it better not just go to 48 on me. And also, how big is this? This is a 200 tick target, isn't it? Got a little discrepancy in the VWAP, so not anymore. So now they're closer now. This one's at like 54. 50 on this chart. Or 96 there. This one's at 53, 75 and change, whatever. What we're talking about, nothing doing. We're going to find out real quick here. Please follow what's trading, and if we get it done. Oh man, that's into the anchored session VWAP for the anchored off the highs, I should say. The VWAP, we've seen it edge that and our levels before. It's a little annoying when it does that, but here it comes. The seller 53 right now. It's a little aggressive, I don't know. They're moved 53.5 just in case. And I pulled mine in, and I hope I don't regret this. But seeing that reaction off of the days or the anchored VWAP off the highs, See if I can't get confirmation from what I saw. Well, I'm getting free on this trade now. Let's at least risk this, and if it comes up and gets me, it comes up and gets me, but let me take a look at volume and participation here. But don't come up and get me. Could have scalped out to save my day a little bit there, which I might try doing here. Try to be one more flush lower so I can lock in and take back that and -1R that I had. Because if it does come back up here, right, the 41s I want to get, I want to get in if it does test back to the actual VWAP. Don't take me out, come on. It knows, man. Yep, son of a bitch. Alright, let's see if we get that test into the actual VWAP pip here. Yes, and here it comes. And hold it in short again there, a little aggressive. Let's see if it just goes straight through or gives us a nice reaction lower. That's definitely the VWAP getting filled there. And we're low-key not a great look so far. 268 contracts, point of control still below the VWAP there, so want to see this high hold. We're going to have a little bit of a trend line now off the lows, and this 100-tick chart that you break through that, it's, good confirmation. They send it a little lower here. It's annoying. I could have scalped out there. Yeah, I could have scalped out my +1R, or got that back. That's okay. This whole trade would make up for it for me anyway. All right, let's go over what we're seeing here before and the setup for everybody involved. All right, well, my stops at per highs a day here. There's no reason to risk more than that 98.50. But with that being said, VWAP gets traded now. I pulled it in a little aggressively. I should have been more patient. I'm fearful that they're breaking that trend line that I mentioned. And that this was a bit of a head fake lower. CVD has turned back positive here, which is not a good look in the short term. So there's definitely reasons here to be concerned about this trade. I'm hoping it at least gives us a bit of a dump to get free. Because now we're at the highest CVD for the day. So this needs to be, we need to confirm that this is basically absorption up here. Big, strong volume push of buyers that effectively gets rejected. Because if we don't see that, we're going to go right up to highs of the day. And this is going to be a forced push long. The force switch is like more or less when the ForceSweep, which is what you're staring at on the chart, fails out. Alright, so far, not a bad look. I'm trying to come back down below the VWAP. Let's look at those volume bars. See if we can't see the participation. We want to see this market starting to roll back over a little bit. Yeah, point of control. You have a bunch of trapped buyers here on this push up above the CV or above the VWAP. We come back down below, but we're running right into the support. You see these last 2 minutes here on this 30,446 point of control. We're still holding that area, so we want to see us push lower. And by the way, that would also push us below this 100-tick chart, kind of bear flag that we've got going. So yeah, we flushed this low of this 1 minute candle around 30,440. That should basically, in my opinion, taste down to the opening range low. And there shouldn't be much that would stop us from getting down to the lows of the day at that point. So watch it closely here. Going to be trailing that stop down, to break even, or at least this high at some point at 63.75. We break below this trend line, that would be the prudent thing to do to start trailing that stop. But it's still holding, and that's not a great sign in the short term. CVD is still looking rather constructive. But, the participation here from the sellers is definitely weighing on the market right now. You know, this is pretty good, 14400 contracts in these last 2 minutes. Not terrible, so we'll see. Better my Bitcoin real quick. It's going without me. That's going to be a bummer. That's okay. Can't win them all. Can't catch them all. This isn't Pokemon. This is trading. That might be my next. That might be my next meme for all those Pokemon card gurus out there. This is trading, not Pokemon. Oh no, don't come up. Correct for a second time, it's in the VWAP. That does not look good at all. Yeah, this makes me want to run away from this trade actually right now. So I'm setting a stop at 63.25 of that high. If we come take out this stop, I'm probably going to be looking to get long, believe it or not. Yeah, I hate this trade right now so hard. But it's got to take out that high too, because this candle, it looks really strong. I'm getting out and I'm flipping on everybody. I am probably, hope I don't regret this. The reason I'm flipping on is because we basically have positive order flow. I can't sit here and ignore that we have just built up the order book on that head fake lower below the VWAP on the day. And we're breaking that trend line that we were holding all afternoon. Yeah, this is a ForceSweep setup that I just do not trust. I hope, for anyone that took the short and is still in it, I would have your stops not really tight right here above this high of 30,000, 462, which are about to get hit, because yeah, this market could squeeze. In fact, I'm going to be a little greedy, a little bastard with it, and make it give me back where I deserve. So this is where playing defense with the order flow is keeping me from a full ForceSweep stop out. Like the ForceSweep setup itself is not going to work, in my opinion, at this point. This 255 candle took the point of control back above. Buyers took complete control above the VWAP. You see this solid volume holding above. This is acceptance above this prior high, above this old point of control at 30,457. And they would need to come slamming back down below the VWAP here at this point, which they could have and really flipped the script. But I am thinking they are not going to do that. We're going to be probably holding the VWAP as support at this point and potentially reversing higher on the day. Obviously, I've placed that bet on my accounts. And at this point, I'm aware the ForceSweep setup is technically there. And I'm not betting against it just because we've had 5 wins in a row with it. But, oh man. Moment of truth for the longs right here at the VWAP. It's 217 sellers, point of control sitting on the VWAP right now. If they are unable to push below, that will be basically the VWAP holding, the line. 33 seconds left in this 1 minute candle. Buddy, that can happen. Oh man. Guess I should have just stuck with the, Oh man. Nice work, Caleb. Congratulations. Love to hear that. Man, now we're kind of coming back below the VWAP. Let's see. Yeah, they're trying to push right back above. At this point, if we do go take out this high here at 30,000, it's called 70. Yeah, here it comes. Here comes the bid. Yep. So there was, you saw the CVD push down into the VWAP for a test here. You got bullish divergence, basically. Couldn't take out lows of the day on the CVD. higher step back in, and they sweep you right back below the VWAP and back up to, back up right above it. Now you take out this high. I think we squeeze back to the high of the day, which I should probably put this line on the chart, and we change things up for the day. We mark it down right as a loss for the ForceSweep concept. Right, that trade, I do not have much faith in it working out at this point because of the positive order flow and the positive book we're seeing. And so we've kind of adapted what I'm doing today and flipped long. Needing to make up for some losses, obviously, that I have. But, and it's coming right back down. God damn. We'll see. Another attempt to break back below the VWAP. More trap sellers below. This 20 lot. Bunch of them. Wow. They need to go, though. They need to push because flirting above the VWAP like this in constant tests, of course, makes it very vulnerable to breaking down. But we shall see. I am going to have to step away for a second. This is the worst night to have to step away from the screens given the really, really tenuous trade I've got on. It's not giving me enough room to get free and to move trail my stops just yet, but if it doesn't get going here soon, the CVD has come back down and really wasted away. They'll know low on it, but the sellers are trying again here. Ah, man. What to do, huh? There I am getting chopped up on a trading setup. I probably should have just set it and forget it, but well, it'll be a lesson, right? In trying to think I'm smarter than the market. Tonight. Good big jumps for all intents and purposes, right? It's still a valid ForceSweep setup. But I was not trusting what we were seeing in order flow, and now order flow is flipping the other way. And it has me wishing I was back in that short, but we will see here momentarily. It's still a series of higher highs and higher lows. But boy, oh boy, this market got me tonight. Sometimes using these other indicators to take away from what the core system is doesn't work out. And tonight's a great example of it. Yeah, this is getting very interesting. I think now it's going to work out. Unbelievable. Great for everyone's sake who took the initial trade. The initial ForceSweep was here to trade that setup. I'd say, yeah, I hope it does work out for you. I can forward a stop out I've accepted, but I'm probably going to be trying my stop up here momentarily to like these lows at 43.75s. The really should put them up here 22. I don't need to be risking more than that swing low, and probably, honestly, this low at 32.75, like I said. I just don't want it to take me away here if this hammer on the 15-minute candle doesn't play out. Market had my number tonight. That sucks. It's funny when you look at things that otherwise normally give you good readings, and then tonight just totally messed with me. And now I'm sitting in a position I wish I hadn't flip-flopped in. But that's the reality of trading too. It's like these things happen. But my poor execution tonight cost me where I should be sitting in the ForceSweep setup and, having it work out for me. Sons of bitches. So see, that was the move I didn't want it to tip me out on, so I stopped going to come up here to just below that low, because now if it gets down there, I definitely don't want to be part of this. For 30.75 is my stop. At least we pull it back below that opening range. Low again. And if we scurry right back up above the VWAP, I'll be vindicated. But if you are, in the short from the VWAP, you've got some good levels here to try wrist down for real. I wouldn't darn off I'd try to break even to shit, but certainly you don't want to see it get back on the side here. That we do, which we're kind of coming back up, which is could be a test into the VWAP, so then we roll back over, right? And then take out my stop and then, front me out and then hunt out the lows again. Which there we go, see? In fact, I'm getting ready to kind of pull the trigger and eventually get short again. Well, I was waiting to see if it just ripped on through right, and then, okay, this market's just messing with everybody. F. Nah, I missed the opportunity. That sucks. Definitely turned back bearish on the book, made a new low on CBD. We've got some bearish divergence now. They're coming back down, getting a reaction off that VWAP once again. Shocking that they caught a bid again back up towards it just now as I'm saying this. But yeah, that's solid. 135 buyers up into, that's a good piece of candle test of the VWAP now. We're not dropping it though, which is just very strange. God, I'm so hungry. I want a burger. Bitcoin doing nothing over there for me. The Robert position on. I'm waiting to be a seller at a higher level anyway. Then here we go. I'm stuffed out. I was hoping to quickly flip that short here. But it's not. I'm probably going to be closing this here momentarily and just letting myself miss out on this trade. I only want to risk like $150 to see if it continues. Well, I got chopped up today. Now it's going to chalk this one up to a max loss day for myself. That really sucks. However, for everybody else, this is one of our worst streams ever. Because this one definitely goes down in history. The day Sith Trader just botched it when it should have been an easy win. Happens. Thought I was smart of the market there for a hot second. What could he? On to tomorrow for me. I would definitely go break even on his shorts. I'm obviously not in this trade, but there makes no sense for you not to throw back up there for everybody else who is and is in this stream right now. Again, I am not in this. I'm done for the day because I just botched it up. Being a total tool. With that being said, I am going to go make some cheeseburgers and pour myself a drink because I had a great day with Bitcoin and elsewhere. Or maybe that was affecting me. I was being a little more risky. That's not a good thing to do. Yeah, I will recover. I still have funded accounts. They just, for now, lost some money from the earlier in the day. It is what it is. And here it goes to target. Well, folks, looks like that old ForceSweep setup is going to be playing out to the downside. I got tricked watching my own order flow. This push-up was rather convincing for me, and holding above. I was kind of bullish because of a break in that trend line. But, yeah, I shouldn't have been. Sometimes your own defense can get in the way of winning a basketball game, and this is a great example of it. Well, was that a new low for the day? Did we hit it? You're darn close. I'd be locking in my profits or taking them if you got them. Congrats for those that got them. Got the ForceSweep where I didn't. Man, I feel stupid. That's okay. I will survive. And there it is, folks. The trade I should have been a part of, but I'm glad all of you, or some of you hopefully were. Oh, I felt stupid tonight. I gotta get back to basics at some point, and tomorrow will be that point. So have a good day, everybody. That does it for the ForceSweep for this evening. 10-minute opening range broke lower. I was an idiot and didn't trust this move up because of order flow. They totally came and got me. Took me for the better. New fry and CVD and push up above the VWAP, but usually a signal you're gonna start squeezing, particularly when there was a setup like the ForceSweep on it. That wasn't the case. We came back down below. You can see how CVD made new lows well before the fork push into the new low of the day. That was a signal to get out, to not be long, and the in fact short, or the move down into new lows, which inevitably has just occurred. But with that being said, I will be back with you all tomorrow and as price action evolves for a whole nother ForceSweep. I've been genuinely trading Bitcoin a little bit more in the last 48 hours, so and kind of crush it over there. I had zero excuses. My execution tonight was absolutely terrible. And put this down for, of things of not to do. Congrats, SoCal Nico. Hopefully the rest of you did well tonight with the ForceSweep. Got to trust the setup and should have stuck to it. Because now I'm down behind the equity curve here. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to go cook some burgers. Remember, trading features and volume risk is not suitable for everyone. Everything you see here today was educational, not my opinion, because my opinion sucked, and it cost me to take an L tonight. Have a good one, everybody. Learn from my mistakes so you don't make them. Trust the process. Don't overthink things. Have a great night.